Hello everyone, Kudus here, co-founder of Inframail. I just wanted to quickly explain dedicated IP versus shared IP. So a lot of people are like, what's the difference between Inframail and Google, Zoho, Outlook, Yahoo, etc., right? So it's pretty simple. We use a dedicated IP infrastructure, which a lot of providers don't use, and Google, Zoho, Outlook, Yahoo are shared IP pool infrastructures, right? I kind of just put through Yahoo in there, but Outlook, Zoho, and Google are some of the big providers that you can actually cold email from. What is technically cold email and spam obviously is very vague in their eyes. They don't really like cold email. But anyways, what a shared IP pool means is that if you're sending cold email, you're sending, let's say, one email, it's going to be using this, unique IP here. It's going to go into a pool and pick an IP at random, send the email out, right? And so you send another email out, it's going to go to another, IP in the pool, and it's going to send that email out. So each email is coming from a different IP. It's a shared network. Everyone is using this network. So let's say you take a company like Zoho and their shared IP pool, right? Sometimes, big tech has advantages where, their IPs don't get blacklisted. So for example, Zoho, they had a huge problem where they kicked everyone that was cold emailing off their platform because they saw that their IP addresses were getting burnt. By burnt, I mean they were on a blacklist, which means they're virtually unusable for sending emails because every one of the emails will land in spam. Being on a blacklist basically means a network of people on the internet have decided that you were sending spam or trying to do some malicious activity, although that might not be true. Maybe you weren't sending spam, but you got marked as spam. You were seen as a spammer, which means that the whole internet now knows about this. It's kind of like having neighborhood watch for, your community, your neighborhood, or something like that. Someone's car gets stolen, and then now all the neighbors know. They're going to keep an eye out. So Zoho was obviously having some trouble, and their infrastructure was getting destroyed. Their IPs were getting destroyed. So they basically had to kick everybody off, right? So Zoho is not very usable, at all for cold email. They're going to kick you off right away when they know that you're doing warm-up. So something like this means that when you use, a shared network like Zoho, you're going to end up picking an IP because this shared network has already been ruined by spammers. Maybe they've replaced it, but for the most part, their IPs have been ruined by malicious activity, by bad senders. So this means that if, a certain person sends an email out and this IP, for example, gets marked as spam, let's put it in red real quick, then that means when someone sends an email, you're going to be sending from here, and then you're going to be sending to this IP, and then your good email might land on this blacklisted IP, which is unfortunate. That means you're probably going to end up in spam. And it's not your fault. It was someone else's fault. So this is how the infrastructure works with Zoho, Yahoo, etc. Google Outlook are a lot better because their shared IP pool is much cleaner. They're big tech, so they can really, control the communication, and they have a monopoly on email communication. So even if there is bad senders, your email is most likely not going to end up with the blacklisted IP. They keep their pools very, very clean. They really dictate what goes on. I mean, they control mass market of email. So when you have that much power and that much money, you could really do whatever you want. Even if an IP gets blacklisted, they have more power than these companies that blacklist them. I mean, it's not necessarily a decentralized network. So as you can see, if I go and check, one of the blacklist databases, Spamhaus, for example, has a huge list of domains and things like that they marked as spam. So there was a founder to this. It's a nonprofit organization, but at the same time, it's not like it's decentralized. It's not like something like blockchain technology where, if someone gets blacklisted, there's really no way to breach that network and influence it. Again, this is not what I'm implying, but you're always going to get the best deliverability with Google and Outlook with never any blacklisted IPs for a reason. With Zoho and Yahoo, you're probably not. This is what a shared IP pool is, right? And, if you're using Google and Outlook and you're, let's say new to cold email, using Google and Outlook is a good idea because your sending is going to be more forgiven because their IPs are so strong and have such a good reputation, and it's very hard to actually give them a bad reputation. They'll just kick you off the network before that happens. And the network is so big that when you're sending from so many IPs, it's very hard to catch you. So if you're new to cold email, getting a bunch of Google and Outlook inboxes will not hurt. But if you're new to cold email and you want to have a more affordable way to do it and also an easier and faster way to set the inboxes up, believe that you believe that you can actually follow good cold email practice, then our infrastructure, in my opinion, is very, very good for an experienced person or someone that even is a beginner but is very diligent and meticulous when it comes to following certain cold email protocols. So what our basically infrastructure looks like is that Inframail gives someone a dedicated IP. It's their own server. What that means is that your emails are going to come out of this one dedicated IP. No one is going to be using your dedicated IP except yourself. No one can really ruin your dedicated IP except yourself. So we have my dedicated IP, Kudus's dedicated IP, Mark's dedicated IP, Denise's dedicated IP. So none of them intermingle in any way. So if I get blacklisted for bad sending, Mark, Jose, Naya, Denise, Joe, Bob, they will not get affected. But in this case, with a shared IP pool, you will get affected because when I send a bad email and blacklist this certain IP, then you're going to come around and send it from the same IP, and then all of a sudden now you land in spam. This doesn't really happen with Google and Outlook, like I said, because they're the big tech. They have a monopoly on email communication. But with Zoho and something like that, you're gonna end up not having the best network of IPs to send emails from. And also, you can use a lot of different dedicated IPs from many different cloud companies like Oracle, Hetzner, etc. But they also don't like cold email, so as soon as they know that you're sending cold email, they're going to kick you off. And you actually won't even get access to the certain port, which is called port 25, to be able to send emails, unless you explicitly ask them to. And if a company actually gives you access to port 25 to send emails, that most likely means that network has already been destroyed. I've already had companies come and tell me, fully transparently, hey, our network is destroyed. I don't recommend sending emails from our network. So anyways, dedicated IP is very, very good if you can follow the good cold email protocol, and you can basically, have unlimited email inboxes on this server for one flat price, which Google, like I said, if you pay 100 inboxes with Google, it's $600 per month. With Outlook, it's, similar price, it's $5 per inbox, $500 per month. With us, you're paying $99 for a dedicated IP, and you can have 100 inboxes, 500 inboxes on it so it's very time efficient and resource efficient. So I wanted to put this information out there for people that are struggling to make a decision, and there's obviously a lot on the market that you can choose from. And if you also want to learn more about how to follow the good cold email practices and good email protocol, definitely click the link below. I have a free cold email crash course. It goes through everything that you need to have a successful cold email campaign: the setup, the appointment booking, how to get testimonials without having any clients, how to set up your first campaign, all of that good stuff, how to write jaw-dropping copy. There's a lot of good stuff in there, no opt-in required. You can check it out, like, subscribe, and I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I'll answer them on this video. Peace out.